994 yards. That's an average of 5.7. He has 6 touchdowns. He has lost 2 fumbles on the season, however. The receivers will be Nick Dabell and Matt Cooper. John Perrin at right tackle. Inside it's Josh Pike and Andy Smith. And Jeff Logan is the center for the Moeller Crusaders. For the Elder defense up front, it's Scott Foreman and Dave Kumpf on the ends, Pat McAtee and Rick Van Hook inside. The linebackers, P.J. Volker, who leads the team with 58 tackles, Pat Brunner, the middle linebacker, and Doug Krem, who got the start last week and had 4 tackles against LaSalle, starts at linebacker. The cornerbacks are Brian Rosenthal, who has 2 interceptions on the year, Mike Datillo, the other corner, with 1 pick. Ryan Vanderpool is the right. As this crowd, 11,000, stands on its feet for the opening kickoff, and we are underway. A line drive that Thatcher watches roll to the 5, back near the end zone. Now he drops it and has to just kneel down and pick it up, and he is down at the 3-yard line. Thatcher with a special teams blunder to start the game, and Moeller starts in poor field position.
Tommy DeFranco really
10 at their 4. The running backs are split behind quarterback Brian Reiser. The give is to the fullback, Lukens, up the middle, and he gets maybe a yard. Nick Lukens came into the season with just 6 carries, and his 7th carry doesn't carry him very far.
Both Moeller running.
Running backs now in the I formation with Marcus Blanks dotting the I behind Brian Reiser. Long cadence for Reiser, hands to Blanks, right side. He sit initially at the line and then finally brought down after a gain of 1. He started to scoot out of a tackle, but Ryan Vanderpool came up and made sure that didn't happen.
Left guard over Rick Van Hook, and on the last play, he lined up over left tackle over Dave Kump. So Munoz all over the field early on.
Moeller facing 3rd and 8 at their 6-yard line. Reiser under center, backs in the I. His receivers are split. He actually has 2 to the left. Rolls left side, wants to throw the football, needs to get rid of it, does. It's complete at the 20-yard line for a Moeller first down, caught by the tight end Ryan Hamby, his 19th catch of the season.
Hamby's a big target. He's only a junior.
Opening quarter, no score. Moeller on its first drive, 1st and 10 from its 22. Backs in the I formation, 2 receivers to the right for Brian Reiser. Takes the snap, hands left side to Blanks, and he is downed immediately by Eric Schneider. Schneider, the 6'3", 215-pound junior. Football game. 2nd and 12, Moeller from their 20, traveling from right to left. No score, 9:38 to go opening quarter. Backs in the I, 2 receivers to the right for Reiser. Elder showing blitz. They come with it. It's a handoff up the middle to Blanks, who gets maybe a couple. Runner was coming on the blitz, didn't get there, but the play results in only a couple of yard gain.
Elder's done a yardage, was on that 3rd down pass play.
3rd and 10, Crusaders at their 22. Backs in the I formation, 2 receivers to the right for Reiser. The senior quarterback with a long cadence. Hands off to Blanks up the middle. No, he faked it. Play action pass. Now he has to run out of there with it. He's got some room. He shakes a tackle at the 30. He's over to the 35 and out to the 39-yard line. Finally tackled by Ryan Vanderpool, but the play action fooled me and fooled the Elder Panthers.
Terrific play action.
Pick up the 2nd of this drive for the Crusaders, 1st and 10 Crusaders from their own 38. No score with 8:30 to go in the opening quarter. This is Moeller's first drive. The single setback is Blanks. He takes it up the middle through a huge hole, bounces off a tackle at midfield, and finally Dwyer gets him at the Elder 48-yard line. But Blanks nearly had a touchdown on a play up the middle.
Ryan Vanderpool missed the stop about 8 yards from at the 48, so it's been a sustained drive for Moeller with 2 big 3rd down conversions.
Gain of 14 there, 1st and 10 Crusaders from the Elder 48. They swing it left side to Dabell in the backfield. The receiver unable to get across midfield. He will lose a yard. Mike Datillo got out there along with Andrew Dwyer, and Elder forces a 1 yard. 2nd and 11, they will actually call it the Elder 49-yard line. Ball just across midfield. No score opening quarter. It's Blanks right side on the carry. He is wrapped up immediately and dropped for a gain of about 1 yard. Rick Van Hook on the stop for the Panthers.
So again, the Elder run defense so far. Another 3rd.
No score opening quarter. Moeller on its initial drive of the football game. Reiser under center as running backs are staggered. He drops to throw. 5-step drop. Rolls to his right now. Lets it go long down the sideline. and over his intended receiver. The coverage provided by Eric Schneider, the linebacker.
The 6 yards, 4 first downs, but they're going to be forced to punt it away at midfield.
Their 10-play drive comes to an end, and Pat Ryan will punt from his own 36-yard line. Richie Jones and Phil Reevy back deep for the Elder Panthers. Ryan kicks a wobbler to the right side that Jones is going to have to watch hit down at the 18. It bounces backwards, a good bounce for Elder, and is down at the 19. And as the Panthers come out on offense, let's go down to John Kirtley.
In pretty good shape. A little slick on the sideline, Eric.
Up on a Saturday. The Elder Panthers on offense for the first time. 1st and 10 from the 19. Kester right side. He's got a hole. He's through it. He breaks a tackle, and he's out to the 30 before he's finally tackled by Joe Zinkin.
Straight power run.
Score opening quarter, 6:15 to play in the first stanza. Colin Carey under center, his back's in the eye. And he's got Chris Braun in motion from left to right. It's Kester again, right side, now tries to shift to his left, and he is brought down immediately by Paul Freach, the linebacker, for little, if any, gain. Actually, he lost a half yard, and that's the first carry. Finally goes for a loss. 2nd and a little more than 10 for the Panthers from their own 30-yard line. Backs in the eye, 2 receivers to the left. It's a fake handoff to Kester. Carey wants to throw. Goes down the left sideline for Reevy. Reevy high into the air. Did he make the catch falling out of bounds? He did. What a catch by Phil Reevy at the Moeller 48-yard line.
Acrobatic grab as Reevy, who only goes about 5'7", jumped between 2 Moeller defenders. He was double covered right at the sideline in front of the Moeller bench. He caught.
Gain of 22 for Reevy. 1st down and 10 Panthers at the Moeller 48. 5:21 to play, opening quarter, no score. Carey takes the snap, fakes a handoff to Kester, rolls to his right. Got a good block by Kester, who picked up the blitz, and now hits Joe Wainscott over the middle at the Moeller 35. Wainscott down the right sideline and bumped out at the 30 by Joe Zinkin. Another first down at the Moeller 30-yard line. Kester straight up the middle, bounces to his right. He's got some room. He's into the secondary at the 20, being dragged from behind, but still pulling people down inside the 15 and knocked out at the 14-yard line. Zinkin on the tackle again for the Crusaders, but the big fellow.
14.
Pickup of 16 on that play. 1st and 10 Panthers at the Moeller 14. Kester up the middle, another nice hole. Gets out to his right, shakes a tackle, skips out of another. Touchdown, Elder.
14-yard run for number 31, Kyle Kester, as he just rambled right up the middle and nobody touched him. Kyle walked into the end zone for us.
He usually finds daylight. 14 yards in the touchdown for Kester. That is his 9th rushing touchdown of the year and his 11th overall. Tom DeFranco remains perfect on the extra point, and with 4:42 to go in the opening quarter at the pit, it's Elder 7, Moeller nothing. Go 81 yards on 6, and with 4:42 to go in the
year, as they go 81 yards, mixing run and pass beautifully. They only had 1 negative yardage play, and Kester scores from 14 yards out.
The kickoff goes to Nick Dabelt at the 5. He's up over the 10, the 15, the 20, and getting a nice return out near the 30-yard line of Moeller before he's finally ridden out of bounds. So Moeller
decent field position on their 2nd possession.
1st and 10 from their 32, traveling from right to left. White jerseys and blue pants for the Crusaders. Purple jerseys, white pants for the Panthers. Marcus Blanks right side, tries to bounce it out. He will be dragged down around the 31-yard line. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but essentially no gain on that play. Strung out nicely by the Elder Panthers.
Marcus Blanks.
I formation for the Crusaders on 1st and 10 from their 32. They trail at 7-0. Reisert back to pass. 5-step drop. Fires in and out of the hands of Pat Brunner. He nearly intercepted it as he cut in front of Matt. Nothing with under 4 minutes remaining in the first period. Backs are staggered behind Reisert. His receivers are to his left, 2 of them, and he rolls that way. Getting pressured from behind by Kumpf. Gets rid of it over the middle. It's caught by the tight end Hamby at the 45. He eludes a tackle and takes it up to the 49-yard line. Finally tackled by Brandon Finke, who's in on defense for the Panthers. But
a Moeller first down.
A 16-yard pickup. They like those tonight. 3 16-yard plays for the Crusaders. They've got it 1st and 10 at their own 48. Backs in the I formation. 2 receivers to the right for Reisert. The senior quarterback fakes the handoff to Blanks. Rolls left side. Fires. It's caught by Cooper at the Elder 43. He's downed by Vanderpool, who had good coverage, but a well-thrown ball by Reisert.
Quarterback for Mo so far.
It's second down and a couple for the Crusaders after the 7-yard pickup. We'll call it a short 3. Reiser now changing the play at the line of scrimmage. He yells out to his receivers or to his right. He takes a 3-step drop and throws to Cooper, who drops the football at the 40. Cooper on the quick out, couldn't handle it, and that's going to bring up third down.
Michael Munoz line do move him around. They keep number 75.
He's lost about 25 pounds in the offseason. He is nimble. 3rd and 3, Moeller at the Elder 44. The handoff goes to Blanks up the middle. He will be stopped by Eric Schneider. Schneider playing a beauty makes the stop, bringing up an interesting situation for Steve Clowney. And let's go down on the sideline to John Kirtley.
Follow up to Andy's point. I was tracking Munoz's assignments compared with Moeller's play calling. He's lined
7 to go opening quarter. Elder has plenty to cheer about, leading 7-0 and about to get the football for the second time. And now a delay of game penalty against the Moeller Crusaders.
So far, number 34, Eric Schneider.
Schneider apparently winning his position back and making the most of it.
They've used Kevin Sullivan there and Dan Bachman. There's a wealth of talent at linebacker for Elder.
Pat Ryan to punt for the second time tonight. This one's a nice one. It's end over end, but it travels down to the 15. Taken by Reeve. He's moving left side, and he will be dropped for a loss back at the 11. Good special teams play by the Moeller Crusaders, and getting down there quickly on the coverage was Dave Blanks.
That is a Moeller tradition.
And leading it 7-0 here in the opening quarter. Kester up the middle, banging ahead over the 15 out to about the 16-yard line. Stop made by Paul Freach, and we should set the Moeller defense for you. They have had some key injuries. Casey Finnerty is one, and Mike Senich are the corners, and Andy Valerius is the safety. Elder facing 2nd and 8 at its 16. Back to pass is carried, pressured, throws it near the Elder sideline and out of bounds, got rid of it nicely, intended for Chris Braun. But we saw a couple of weeks ago, took several sacks against Highlands, and that time smartly got rid of the football. 3rd and 7 Panthers from their 16. They lead at 7-0 here in the opening quarter. The lone setback is Kester. It's a draw play to him, and he goes nowhere. Beautiful play by Jake Holdhouse. Holdhouse with his 33rd tackle of the season, and Elder will have to punt deep from its own territory.
So this second Elder drive goes
2. 4th down and 10 Panthers, and the snap goes over his head. It's going to go out of the end zone. That will be a safety, and Moeller has 2 points on the board now. It will be 7-2 with 28 seconds to go in the opening quarter, and now
the long snapper was a little bit too pumped up there, and it would have taken the Elder will have to kick it away, and a special teams faux pas there. Mike Seiler's usually automatic on those snaps.
Yard average as a punter. And he will get a free kick here. There's no rush or anything. He simply has the ball in his hands, will walk up to the 20 and punt it. Thatcher and Dalebelt back deep, and this is a bomb that drives Dalebelt back to his own 29. Dalebelt moving right side over the 35, the 40, and out over the 45-yard line before he's finally brought down. A nice return for Dalebelt, who had to go back to get that one. The tackle made by Joe Walter on special teams.
5 or 6 carries. He's even at 1,000 yet.
1st and 10 Crusaders from their 46. Backs in the I formation, 2 receivers to the left. The pitch goes left side to Blanks. He's got a little bit of a hole, but it's quickly shut down by P.J. Volker. Volker getting help then and stopping Blanks for just maybe a yard at the most.
So Elder continues to take away the number 1 option on the Moeller.
A tight one, Elder 7, Moeller 2 after 1 quarter of play on 10:50 a.m. WTF. All right, thank you, John Kirtley. They switch ends now. Moeller moving from left to right, 2nd and 9 from their 47. The single setback is Blanks, 3 receivers to the right. 3-step drop for Reiser. It's a quarterback sneak, and he goes over the midfield stripe inside the 45 of Elder to the 44. Quarterback draw, I should say. That's a design play that you saw. Measure this one to see if Moeller has a first down, and they do. So Brian Reiser, who has rushed for 4 touchdowns. Moeller in white jerseys, blue pants, driving. Elder defending in purple jerseys and white pants. Backs in the I formation for Reiser. 2 receivers to his right, and he gives to Blanks right side, who's dragged down from behind by Rick Van Hook. Van Hook came around and pursued the play and dropped him for a gain of 1.
Mono on
at the Elder 43. They trail it, Moeller does, 7-2 with 11:09 to go in the second quarter. Backs in the I formation, 2 receivers to the right for Reiser. The senior QB drops 3 steps, throws right side. It's complete to his tight end at the 40. He's down inside the 35 and knocked down at the 32 by Brandon Finke. It's the 3rd catch of the day for Ryan Hamby.
Hamby's a very mobile tight end, a lot like Elder.
10:40 to go before halftime, 7-2 Elder. Brian Reisert under center. His running backs are staggered, and he has two receivers to his left. Hands to the fullback, Lukens, who is driven back at the line of scrimmage. Getting nothing as Pat Brunner introduces himself.
He was detonated, Luken, the running back, was, by Pat Brunner, who...
2nd-9 Moeller at the Elder 30, trailing 7-2 with 9:58 to go here in the second quarter. Back to throw is Reisert. Throws left side wide of his intended receiver. Incomplete. It was intended for Hamby again. And Ryan Vanderpool was on the coverage for the Elder Panthers.
First half stats.
Scoring in this game, Kyle Kester, a 14-yard touchdown run for Elder, and a safety on a bad snap for a punt on Elder resulted in the Moeller 2 points. And on 3rd and 9, there was offsides on the Crusaders as Nick Dabelt, the receiver out wide left, perhaps because of the crowd getting into it, couldn't hear and left early. That's going to cost the Crusaders 5 yards, making it 3rd and 14. And John Curley has informed us that some raindrops have begun to fall on the field, but so faint we can't even see them from up here as they fall just ever so slightly. And Moeller facing 3rd and 14 at the Panther 35-yard line. Back to throw is Reisert. He's got all day. Throws left side. It's caught by Dabelt. Dabelt's going to be stopped short of the first down, though, at the Panther 26-yard line. Good pursuit by Schneider and Rosenthal of Elder to stop him short.
Straight drop back that time for Brian Reisert. No play action fake.
7-2 with 9:04 to go before halftime. Running backs are staggered. Two receivers to the right for Brian Reisert. Reisert rolls to his right. Being chased from behind, now getting pressure from the front. Throws it, it's tipped up in the air by Pat Brunner and falls incomplete, and Reisert was absolutely detonated by Dave Kumpf, and both players slow to get up.
A roll right for Brian Reisert, and for the first time Elder got to the quarterback, and they put...
Now 4 of 9 on the season on fourth drive, or fourth down attempts. Elder with it now 1st and 10 at their 26. Back staggered behind Colin Carey, two receivers to his left. Fakes a handoff to Kester, wants to throw left side, lets it go, and it is nearly picked off. A flag down as Dave Blanks had it pop in and out of his hands. The intended receiver was Brett Mesger, and I'll be honest, Mesger ran into him and didn't look for the football. This might
contact both ways, and let's see how they'll officiate this one.
If it is offensive pass interference, and it is, it's a loss of 15 yards and the down. So that's going to make it 2nd and 25. A costly penalty, but honestly a good call. It's that situation where everybody's got to look back for the football, and Mesger was just blindly from the 13. 8:48 to go here in the second quarter. Elder leads at 7-2. The handoff goes to Kester up the middle. He rolls to his right a little bit now, pulls some people with him out over the 15-yard line. Brought down there after a gain of a couple, but you start to sense the momentum in this game shifting a little bit.
Throw.
They've got it at their own 15, the Panthers do, on 3rd and long. Back to throw is Carey rolling to his left. He's got players wide open. He hit Mesker at the 25. Mesker rolling forward, won't get the first down. He's out to the 29-yard line. But a nice play there to get out of deep territory. And Moeller
caught the ball underneath and broke one tackle, but could not get to the first down marker.
Tonight, one snap went over his head, then he got a free punt after the safety. And now he punts for the 3rd time, although this will only be the 2nd one he actually gets off. It's taken by Tom Clark at his 34. Clark over the 35, eludes a tackle, eludes another one at the 40, another one at the 45, and he's in daylight. He's over midfield, shakes Kester at the 30 of Elder, and he's all the way down to the 21. Tom Clark finally tackled from behind by Joe Walter, who kept pursuing the play, but he eluded 3 or 4 tackles, beat Kester, and was nearly gone.
So special teams so far have been the bugaboo for Elder. The snap, which went over Kester's head, then will take the lead here.
They trail at 7-2, the Crusaders do, with 7:12 to go before halftime, but they've got it 1st and 10 at the Elder 22. Hand off to Blanks up the middle. He shoots through a hole. Kumpf gets him from behind, pushes him over the 20, and downs him at the 18.
Elder's field position lately has been brutal, and Moeller's has been brilliant. And
the Elder 17 as Moeller continues to travel from left to right. trailing 7-2 here in the second quarter. Backs in the I formation, 2 receivers to the right for Reisert. Hands to Blanks, right side. He is met immediately at the line of scrimmage and dropped for no gain. Kumpf got the tackle, but credit that entire defensive line for standing him up at the line. Scott Fearman was the first.
He's been good at converting these.
3rd and 5 at the Elder 17. Backs in the I formation, 2 receivers to the right for the senior QB. Drops to throw, gets good protection. Looking right side, fires, it's caught, a nice catch down around the 12-yard line by Nick Dabell. He's tackled immediately by Brandon Finke. They're going to spot it around the 13-yard line. That's going to be close to a Moeller first down, and they bring him from the Moeller sideline all the way across. And the crowd holding its collective breath here as they stretch the chains. And they are indeed short by about 3 inches. So now an interesting situation. You've got a good field goal kicker in Mike Murphy. Do you let him do it? They're 0 for 1 on 4th down tonight, 4 of 9 on the season. But the Crusaders go for it on 4th and 1 from the Elder 13. The lone setback is Blanks. 3 receivers to the left for Reisert. It's a quarterback sneak. Reisert has the first down and a little bit more as he gets it down to the 10-yard line. Got a good push from the middle of his offensive line, Pike, Logan, and Smith. And he picks up the Moeller first down.
They moved Michael Munoz over to right guard that time, and Reisert sort of wedged in by
24 to go before halftime. They've got it just outside the Elder 10. 1st and 10 from statistically the 10-yard line. Handoff goes to Blanks right side. He's met at the line of scrimmage and moves forward for about a yard. Good pursuit by the Panther defense. Ryan Vanderpool diving at his legs for the initial tackle.
Again, kudos to the Elder.
The Crusaders do with 4:37 to go before halftime. 2nd and 8 at the Elder 9. Backs in the I formation, 2 receivers to the left. Reisert straight back to throw, gets good protection, now wants to run with it, and he will be met at the 10-yard line and dropped down around the 6 by Van Hook, but a flag on the play. On the field, and it's holding against Moeller.
It was definitely the tight end, Mike Jackson. He grabbed David Kumpf. There was a reason that Kumpf...
Halftime, and Moeller trails at 7-2 here at the pit at Elder High School. The lone running back is Marcus Blanks, 3 receivers to the left for Reisert. It's Blanks up the middle. He's through a big hole, but then met around the 16-yard line. Shakes out of a couple of men's arms and goes inside the 15. 3 or 4 players had him for Elder, and he manages to pick up an extra 3 yards after that hit.
Junior linebacker P.J. Volker had him wrapped up and almost down, but Blank just a short gain.
13. Scoreboard asking for noise. They've got a new scoreboard, or at least a repaired one here at Elder this year, and it's begging the crowd to get into it. Reisert back to throw. 7-step drop, plenty of time. Throws left side, complete at the 10, but the receiver is brought down there immediately on good coverage by the Panthers. P.J. Volker out there to take. They will spot it down at the 17 on the left hash. The kicker is left-footed Mike Murphy, a 5'7", 160-pound junior. The snap's a good one. The hold is good. The kick is low, a line drive, but it is good. So Murphy, with 2:45 to go in the second quarter, makes it a baseball score, 7-5 Panthers on the Prep Sports Radio Network.
Kicker's
27 yards out, but the Crusaders knocking on the door now just behind Elder at 7-5 with 2:45 to go here in the second quarter. Pat Ryan will kick it away for Moeller. He will move on it from left to right and touch it at his own 40, gets the right foot on it, drives a deep kick that takes Richie Jones back to the 2. Richie straight up the middle of the field, now cuts out to his right over the 20, gets out toward the sideline, and he's bumped down at about the 23-yard line. Good special teams play by Moeller's Sean Finnerty. And Elder will have it. First down and 10 at their own 23.
Quick recovery with the Moeller tonight in week 7.
Panthers 1st and 10 from their 23. Kester right side through a nice hole out over the 25 to about the 28-yard line.
Straight power running there. They have not moved the ball effectively.
2nd and 5 from their 28. Panthers lead 7-5 with 2 minutes to go before halftime. Fake handoff to Kester. Carey wants to throw. Lobbing it long down the left sideline. Nearly intercepted and broken up by Dave Blanks. It was intended for Chris Braun, but Blanks got over there. And they're not letting Kyle Kester get loose with the exception of the opening drive. 3rd and 5. Panthers from their own 28, leading at 7-5 with $1:56 to go before halftime. Fake handoff to Kester. Carey rolling left. Plenty of time. Shuffles his feet, now lets it go. He's got Wayne Scott at the 40. Joe up to the 45 and brought down by Blanks at the 49-yard line. So the tight end, who came in with 14 catches, now has 16. And Elder has a first down.
At the last second, got him to the ground and gave Carey time to get that ball off.
21-yard pickup for Joel Wayne Scott. 1st and 10 Elder from its 49. Carey back to throw. Throws right side, too high for Chris Braun. He was well covered. And Carey
against Moeller than he did last week against LaSalle.
Panthers lead 7-5 with $1:31 to go before halftime. 2nd and 10 from their 49. Kester on the draw. He's got some room. He's into the secondary, lowers the head, and goes to the 42 of Moeller. He ran over Joe Zinkin, who will get credit for the tackle, but Zinkin took most of the punishment there.
To bring him down.
And Zinkin stops him short of the first down, a gain of 7. 3rd and 1 Panthers at the Moeller 42. Backs in the I formation. Kester right side. He's got the first down. Shakes out of a tackle. Shakes out of another. Pulls another man with him. Then eludes him. He's inside the 20, the 10, the 5, and dragged down at the 2. Kyle Kester running wild over the top of the Crusader defense. And with 49 seconds to go in the half, Elder has it at the Moeller 1.
But then he took over himself. Individual effort, leg drive, shed Elder.
At the 1, it's Kester trying to finish it off, and he does. His 41-yard run set it up, and now his 1-yard touchdown puts Elder in the lead 13-5.
Back, he shed the tacklers and did a great job.
DeFranco trying to remain perfect on the season. He does. And with 41 seconds to go before halftime, it's Elder 14, Moeller 5 on 1050 AM WTSJ in the... Own 1-yard touchdown run, and Elder leads it 14-5. DeFranco's kick, a short one, taken by Tony Brotherton at the 19. Brotherton over the 20, 25, 30, and out to the 37-yard line. And Moeller will have 35 seconds and 3 timeouts to work with. Awesome. Sure, he doesn't mind a bit. Somebody's got to break it. Hey, why not your son? 1st and 10 Moeller, trailing 14-5 with 35 seconds to go before halftime. They've got it at their 37. Back to throw is Reisert. He's nearly sacked at the 29, shakes out of it and gets rid of the football. Pat McAtee and Pat Brunner both had a shot at him, but he managed to...
Ages to throw the football, but...
2nd and 10 Crusaders from their 37. The lone setback is Blanks. 3 receivers to the right for Reisert. The senior drops the throw. Plenty of time again. Looking right side. It's complete to his tight end. And then he's blown up by Andrew Dwyer. Hamby caught it, and then Dwyer made him pay. And Moeller is going to take a timeout. Crowd getting into it now. 3rd and 4 Moeller from its 37. Excuse me, it's 43. Reisert back to throw. McAtee comes free, hits him as he gets rid of it, and Blanks drops it in the right flat, and McAtee punished Brian Reisert. And I should go back and give credit on the last hit. It was delivered to Hamby. It was actually Brian Rosenthal, number 23.
Field position to defend against.
Pat Ryan to punt it away with 11 seconds to go. Collects the snap, kicks a line drive that Jones is going to let bounce at the 20, and Ritchie will just get away from it. Actually bounces sideways and goes right out of bounds on the 20. They lead at 14-5 here before halftime. Heck of an effort by Kyle Kester, not necessarily great blocking. He simply tugged out of tackles, taking himself for 41 yards to set up a touchdown. And the half has come to an end as Colin Carey kneels on the football. We have played 24 minutes at the pit between Elder and Moeller. It's the Panthers 14, Crusaders 5 on 1050 AM WTSJ and the Prep Sports Radio Network. Been beaten twice with the ugly stick.
By the way, we're still waiting for the split the pot. Should be over $6,000. An Elder record, the old record from the Highland. We expect to go over $6,000.
I'm going to see you on that Regis Philbin show. Want to be a millionaire? I know I am. You're pitiful. 20 tickets the man bought. Here we go, second half, 14-5 Elder. Moeller to kick it away from right to left in white jerseys and blue pants. Elder receiving in purple jerseys and white pants. It's Richie Jones from his own 3, brings it straight up the middle of the field, 10, 15, 20. Hit hard at the 22, spins away, and falls at the 24.
So Richie Jones, who was supposedly out until week 10 in the Oak Hills game with that back.
Receivers to his left, 1st and 10 Panthers from their 25. It's Kester straight up the middle, not much of a hole, but he manages to slip through a seam and come out to the 29-yard line before Tokarski can bring him down. Brad Tokarski with the tackle, the 6'1", 270-pound senior. Backs in the eye, 2 receivers to the left for Carey. Moeller with 5 men on the line of scrimmage and showing blitz from the linebacker position. Here they come. It's Kester up the middle, falling forward out close to the 35-yard line, close to an Elder first down. One of the Panthers slow to get up. And I stand corrected. It does look like Kurt Baker is still the fullback, and he is the one shaken up. It's going to be 3rd and inches as they measure for the Panthers, so you will dot it. 3rd and inches from the 35. It's Kester left side, and actually Carey keeps it and takes it himself over the left side, and a good surge there by the offensive line. First down, Panthers.
Elder has kept the ball exclusively on the ground. The
Panthers from their own 40. Running backs are staggered, 2 receivers to the left. And now Chris Braun in motion from left to right, so make it 2 receivers to the right. Fake handoff to Carey. Carey throws over the middle, and it's caught by Braun at the 45 of Moeller, and he's inside the 40-yard line. He faked the handoff to Kester, Carey did, and hit Chris Braun for a first down. And Andy, I'm sorry, they just read split. Elder leads at 14-5 with 10:15 to go in the 3rd. Kester up the middle. He is met immediately and drives forward for a couple. But a nice play by the linebacker, Paul Freach.
Well, back to reality for Andy Mack.
So a big game setting up perhaps a championship situation for the GCL South for Elder next week. 2nd and 9 from the Moeller 36. Fake handoff to Kester. Carey back to pass. Throws long down the middle. He's got a man open. It's Braun. Touchdown, Elder.
37 yards. Colin Carey to Chris Braun. Squeaky clean, spotless pass protection. Carey had all day to sit back in the pocket, make a 20-5 lead.
Tom DeFranco to break his father's consecutive extra point streak. The record at Elder is broken. It belongs to Tom DeFranco, and a 21-5 lead belongs to the Panthers. 29 to go in the 3rd. Cooper Electric, another $15 into the Elder Band Fund. DeFranco drills this kickoff. It's taken by Thatcher at his 5. Thatcher over the 15, the 20. He's got some speed, and he's out close to the 30, and then brought down. Let's go down to John Kirtley on the sideline after the tackle by Brady Miller.
Yeah, not only is Elder going up now, not liking the scoreboard.
They may try to sneak him in there. Moeller trails at 21-5 with 9:24 to go. Here in the 3rd quarter, they've got it 1st and 10 at their own 31. The lone setback is blanks. Fake handoff, and Reisert wants to throw. He's being chased from behind, and he will be dropped by McAtee. The ball comes loose. It's picked up by Ryan Vanderpool at the 30. They're calling this an incomplete pass as Vanderpool takes it into the end zone. The official's quick about the call. The crowd's not going to like it, but it was a good call. Reisert's arm coming forward as McAtee took him to the ground.
I agree. Reisert was on the way down. He did let the ball go. It should have been an incompletion all the way, but Elder is doing a good job. They did a good job late in the 2nd quarter and now early in the 3rd of getting to the...
On the season, it was Braun's 3rd touchdown catch. Moeller trailing 21-5. They've got it 2nd and 10 at their 31. Reisert wants to run the option. There is none. McAtee says your only option's to eat some grass and drops him for a loss of 3.
Reisert was ended up fulfilling in an Elder sandwich there. There were 3 Elder Panthers drilling him on that.
Trail at 21-5 with 8:30 to go before the end of the 3rd quarter. Moeller trying to move from right to left. This is a big play for the Elder D. If they hold here, it gets ugly for the Crusaders. Reisert back to throw, looking left side, getting some pressure, moves forward, now rolling to his left, gets away from the pressure and throws complete to Tom Clark, who falls out of bounds at the Moeller 45. A beautiful play by Reisert to get out of there and get rid of the football.
Reisert has handled the ball well. He's play action fake at their own 45.
19-yard pickup, 1st and 10, ball just over the 45-yard line as Moeller moves from right to left, trailing at 21-5. Reisert changing the play now. He walks out from behind center, yells to his receivers on the right, drops, throws right side. It's caught by Cooper, and Cooper will be wrapped up and immediately driven back after a gain of maybe 1. P.J. Volker there for the Elder Panthers. 7:11 to go before the end of the third quarter. Backs in the I formation, 2 receivers to the left for senior quarterback Brian Reisert. Elder shows blitz. It's picked up nicely by the Crusaders. Reisert throwing long down the left sideline and too long. Good coverage by Brian Rosenthal, who was right there stride for Moeller, facing 3rd and 10 from their 46 and trailing 21-5. The Crusaders in white jerseys and blue pants moving from right to left. Elder defending in purple and blitzing. It's picked up. Reisert now under pressure by Van Hook. Wants to throw, gets rid of it. Right flat, incomplete, and P.J. Volker laid a crushing hit on Marcus Blanks as they tried the pass out in the flat. Blanks paid the price, and Elder will get the football on a punt.
Elder is certainly smelling. Quarterback took the brunt of it. That time Blanks, the tailback, was leveled by P.J. Volker.
Pat Ryan will punt from the Moeller 32. Gets off a high wobbly kick that Richie Jones takes at his 21. On the left side, starts right side fading backwards, and he's going to be dragged down for a loss. Still on his feet, but they're pushing him back further and further. He finally ends up inside the 15. And I think forward progress is going to bring it out past the 15, but Richie Jones loses a couple on the return. So the punt goes. Backs in the I formation for Colin Carey, 2 receivers to his left. It's Kyle Kester, right side, huge hole. He's out over the 20, the 25, dragging a man with him over the 30, and finally brought down at the 35. When you open a hole like that for Kyle Kester, it's going to be big yardage.
You know, when you time Kyle Kester in the 40, you play football in pads on the field with somebody trying to hurt you.
And then how many sprinters are 6'1" and 240 when you finally catch them? 1st down and 10 from the 35 after the 18-yard pickup. And this time Kester stopped for a modest gain of a couple. Paul Freach, the stop for the Crusaders.
I remember when the Bengals were considering drafting Greek, but he's a football player.
Well, when you eat people for breakfast like Spielman did, you don't need a lot of the so-called tools. You just need to play. 2nd and 7, carry back to pass. He's got Wayne Scott at midfield. Wayne Scott makes the catch and falls forward into Moeller territory at the 48. Joe Zinkin on the stop. 1st down, Elder. 14-yard pickup for Joe Wainscott, 1st and 10 from the 48 of Moeller. It's Kester up the middle, and this time he stopped after just 1. Good job plugging in the middle by the middle of that Moeller defense. Brad Tokarski and Jake Holthouse dropped the hammer.
Elder came in at 6-0, looking to make it 7-0. They're rated number 9 in the country, only number 5 in the state. Number 5 in the state. You figure it out.
2nd and 10 from the 48. Kester through a huge hole, shakes a tackle, spins out of another, carrying another guy with him, and finally brought down at the 34-yard line. Dave Blanks brought that train to a halt. But I know, folks, if you've never been to a 1st down and 10 at the 33 of Moeller now for the Panthers. They lead it 21-5. It's Kester again up the middle and gets a couple as he dives down to about the 31-yard line. John Oscar on the stop along with Paul Freach. And the clock's down to 3:45 here. They talked about it. 2nd and 8, Elder from the 31 of Moeller. And a play action pass for Carey. He's back to throw, lets it go down the right sideline, and just too long for Joel Wainscott. Wainscott heading toward the sideline and ran out of room. Incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down with Elder leading 21-5. 21-5 with 3:12 to go before the end of the third. Kester is the lone setback. 3 wide receivers to the right for Carey. Drops to throw. Kester picks up the blitz, and Carey fires right side over his intended receiver, Brett Mesger, on the sideline, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Elder defense, man for man, has played their best game of the year up to this juncture. The Elder D has been stifling.
4th down and 8 from the 31. Backs in the eye, 3 receivers in the game for Carey. Play action pass, drops, has some time, throws over the middle. It's caught by Mesger at the 15. Mesker reached behind himself and made the catch. First down, Elder.
Again,
So we'll call it 1st and 10 Panthers at the Moeller 14. They lead it 21-5 and looking for more. Kester up the middle, jumps a man at the line of scrimmage and lands around the 13. On the stop for the Crusaders was Andy Valerius, the safety, coming up. We're one in the fourth quarter this year, and they are going to go to the fourth, trailing Elder as it is. 2nd and 8 from the 13. Pitch to Kester right side. He's got Kurt Baker out in front of him, and he will go untouched into the end zone. Kurt Baker and Phil Reevy showing him the way around the right side, untouched from third. Now Tom DeFranco looks to break his father's consecutive extra point record, and he's done it. The Panthers have not missed one all year on the PAT, and they lead Moeller 28-5 here in the third quarter on the Prep Sports Radio Network. We'll just go 30 here, Lance, if that's okay. Tom DeFranco to kick it away for the Panthers. He now owns the record for consecutive extra points without a miss here at Elder. It's taken by Dabelt at his goal line. He moves right side over the 10, the 15, and he is belted down around the 16-yard line. A flag comes onto the field as Dabelt took a big hit.
Kester pretty good. He said, any guy that's that big and moves that fast needs a license plate.
On the road because he's all that.
He's like a fully loaded truck full of Pepsi.
It's like Stripes, the urban assault vehicle. Well, the clipping penalty goes against Moeller, so the Crusaders really struggling now here at the end of the third quarter. They've got it 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line, and they trail it 28-5. The handoff goes to Blanks up the middle. He's got some room. He cuts right side now up over the 20-yard line and knocked down from behind. Might have been a touchdown-saving tackle by Ryan Vanderpool.
First double-digit run for Marcus Blanks of the game. The first time that Elder has allowed him to cut back. They've pretty well hemmed him in. Marcus Blanks gets a little daylight there, and nets a first down for Moeller.
Picked up 12, 1st and 10 Crusaders at their 20. Flags fly and whistles blow before this play gets underway. So another penalty coming. I want to remind you, we'll not only talk to our player of the game following this contest, but we will go after that live to La Rosa's against the Crusaders, so it'll be 1st and 15 from their 15-yard line. Fake handoff to Blanks, and rolling left is Brian Rice, and he's going to run with it. Datillo misses him at the 20, skips forward over the 25 and down at the 29. Finally tackled by P.J. Volker. Boy, when you see a linebacker go from a play that started at the 15 and he comes all the way out to the 29, that's some pursuit.
Yep.
Second a couple from the 29. Ricer, 3-step drop, throws right side. It's caught on a diving catch at the 34 by Matt Cooper. Check that, it was Nick Dabelt who made the catch. So that's a first down at the 34 for the Crusaders after the catch by Dabelt.
Moeller is a desperate football.
The report on that, Brady Miller goes into the game at linebacker, and Pat Brunner moves up to defensive end, and Brunner has the play come right at him and manages to help finish it off. It's Blanks for no gain at the 34-yard line.
David Kump has had a sore toe, and there was some thought that he might not be able to play, but he wanted to go against Michael Munoz, and he's done a great job.
They'll give Blanks a gain of 1, so it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 35. Back to throw is Ricer, plenty of time. Looks over the middle, it's complete at the 40-yard line. The receiver driven out of bounds for a gain of about 5 or 6 yards, and they've got it 1st and 10 at their 46-yard line. Moeller quarterback Brian Ricer under center with his backs in the eye, 2 receivers to his left. Ricer drops to throw. They throw the screen to the receiver, Dabelt, who comes underneath the line, catches it. Now he heads down the right sideline. He may go all the way, but he's dropped from behind at the Elder 20. Andrew Dwyer got there and saved a touchdown. That was
they sucked the Crusaders way down to the Elder 20.
Gain of 34, 1st and 10 from the Elder 19 with a tick left in the third. Crusaders trail at 28-5, looking to get back in the football game. Blanks up the middle, stumbles forward, jumps a tackler, and is brought down at the 15-yard line. And that's how the third quarter will come to a close. A couple of players slow to get up. We'll give that report to you when we come back. But we go to the fourth with Elder leading 28-5 on the Prep Sports Radio Network. Just 30 here, Lance, if you can.
For the Astros game today in Astros and Braves.
What's that? We begin play in the fourth with Moeller trailing 28-5. Moeller QB Brian Reisert under center. His backs are in the eye. He turns to them and yells some new signals. And hands to Marcus Blank's left side. Huge hole. He's inside the 10, the 5, and knocked down short of the goal line at about the 4. Michael DeTillo in on the tackle. But a big hole that time opened up on the left side, and Moeller continues to go hurry up. Well, now the
3 TDs.
full house backfield now as Tony Brotherton joins the mix for the Crusaders on 1st and goal from the Elder 5. There's some movement up front, and this play blown dead before it gets started. I saw Elder jump, but it's a matter of whether they were drawn off or not. Somebody got into the neutral zone for the Panthers, and we'll see if they were drawn.
A few more quick stats. Elder receiving. Joel Waite's got 3 catches for 50.
That penalty went against the Panthers, so it's half the distance. 1st and goal, Moeller from the 2. Blanks takes it left, then over the right side, and is he into the end zone? No, he is called down at the half-yard line. He came from the left side of that full house backfield and went over the right side.
Division 1 Harbin ratings in this region.
Moeller not even in the top 10, but looking to get back into this football game. Reisert keeps it on a quarterback sneak. Touchdown, Moeller. Brian Reisert from a yard away. They line it up on the left hash. It will be spotted at about the 2.5-yard line. Reisert under center has a man in motion from left to right. Fades back to pass, throws right side. It is knocked away. Knocked away by Andrew Dwyer. A flag down now late in the back of the end zone. The intended receiver was Nick Daybell. Dwyer just cut pass interference against the Moeller Crusaders, so that will obviously be wiped away, and the score stands at 28-11. Back in 30 seconds on the Prep Sports.
Moeller's about to get the ball. That's going to be awful hard for Mo to do.
We'll see if they think onside kick here. The Panthers look like they might be ready for it. They bring their second tier of special teams players up very close to the 50-yard line where the first tier is standing. Kick is made from the 40 of Elder or Moeller, excuse me, and it's drilled on the ground. Picked up by Reeve at his 10. Moves left side over the 15, the 20, jumps a man, and he's out over the 25-yard line. Reeve with a nice return, and there's a flag on the play. Let's go down on the sideline. It's off, and they're posing down. 1st and 10 Panthers after a penalty on the return from their 8. And it's Kester up the middle for a couple. Gets out maybe a yard or 2, close to the 10. Elder leads at 28-11 with 10:34 to play.
A score from Tom Ballab. No, I guess it's the game he played.
2nd and 9, Panthers from their own 9. It's Kester left side. He changes directions, heads up the middle now, and he's all the way out to the 15. Boy, that was a play that looked lazy, like it was going nowhere, and Kyle Kester turns it into a 6-yard gain.
Well, Kyle has been field position.
3rd and 3, Panthers from their own 15. They lead at 28-11 with 9.5 to play. Pitch right side to Kester. He is strung out, trying to turn back, and Jake Holdhouse won't let him. Holdhouse beats him down at the 14. That is the second negative gain of Kyle Kester's junior season. And Elder will return once tonight. Is standing back along with Daybell. Kester's just going to punt it away from him. He sends it toward the sideline, but unfortunately he kicked it way too short. It is marked out of bounds down at the the Elder 35-yard line. So the Cruise, that punt only about 15 yards. 1st and 10. Moeller from the Elder 35. Backs in the eye, 2 receivers to the right for Reisert. They run the reverse. Marcus Blanks hands off to Daybell around the left side. Now Daybell down the sideline inside the 30 and knocked out of bounds at about the 28-yard line.
It looked for a moment like Daybell might be.
Backs in the I formation, 2 receivers to the right. Reisert with a long signal count, hands to Blanks up the middle. Blanks hits, spins away from the initial tackler, and works his way inside the 25. Volker hit him, but then Blanks spun off for a gain of a few. and picks up the Moeller first down. Throwing 1st and 10 from the 23. Now he runs with it, and oh, is he crunched. Ball pops loose at the 21. There's a scrum for it. The officials pulling players off, and Elder has the football. Their own 21-yard line.
Elder is paying a physical price for this excellent effort. Pat McAdams with that sore toe, so there's going to be a lot of sore Elder Panthers tomorrow.
Kester carries right side, gets a decent surge, but only gets a couple. And it will bring up 2nd down, and that is for the Elder Panther defense, the
Sepling and the pursuit by Elder that resulted in that turnover.
Kester up the middle on 2nd and 9, and he's dropped for his 3rd negative run of his junior season. So finally, after 6 games and 123 runs, Kyle Kester
He's keeping that clock moving.
3rd and 12, Panthers from their own 20. They're moving from right to left in purple jerseys and white pants. Fake handoff to Kester, rolling left is Carey, lets it go long down the left sideline. Running under it is Mesger. He's got it at the Moeller 45, and he's ridden down out of bounds by Dave Blanks inside the 35, but there's a flag down, and Mesger may have pushed off. What a catch.
Example of Colin Carey's excellent arm strength as he was rolling left and just put a lot of air onto that and threw it about 60 yards. And Mesger ran under it, and they're going to call it the other way. It's defensive.
The Moeller 34, and that was a thing of beauty. Back stagger behind Colin Carey as receivers are split. Fake handoff to Kester. Carey rolls right, throws to Wayne Scott out in the flat. Wayne Scott was wide open, but the pass too far out in front of him, who set up the game of the year in Cincinnati. It'll be Elder and St. X next week. Both will come in undefeated and atop the polls, looking for that #1 Harbin rating as they go to the playoffs. Kester carries right side for a moment, and the beat goes on.
Elder's number
Elder's
one,
number
and
1.
St. X is number 5 in the Harbins.
Who knows? But whoever wins that one's in the driver's seat, no doubt about it. Carey back to pass, play action, throws over the middle, caught by Chris Braun. He's belted down inside the 20. First down Panthers. Joe Zinkin gave him a good licking, but not before Braun had hauled it in.
Catches on the game, including the long one for the TD.
1st and 10 Panthers from the Moeller 16. Hand off to Kester up the middle. He will be swallowed up for a gain of maybe 1. Clock moving, though, down to 5:23 to play. 28-11 Panthers. Both teams with all 3 timeouts remaining, but you can bet that Elder's not going to be using any.
You know, Elder's just flat out.
But in all likelihood, they are out. They need tons of help from other people, and they have to go undefeated the rest of the way. Colin Carey throws for the end zone, and it's incomplete. Mesger made a diving attempt in the left corner near the front pot.
He might not have gotten back in the lineup.
3rd and 10 from the 16 of Moeller for the Panthers. Carey on a delayed handoff to Kester. He shakes one tackle at the line of scrimmage by Jake Holthouse, but then he's brought down at the 16. Actually, Holthouse had a crack at him behind the line, so Kester makes it back to the line of scrimmage. This might be their best performance, and P.J. Volker has put up some stats of his own. So we will talk to P.J. Volker following the game. Right now, 4th and 10 Panthers at the Moeller 16. Colin Carey, play action pass, back to throw, throws left corner of the end zone. He's got Braun open. Braun reaches up with one hand and cannot bring it in. Just overthrown. Braun made a nice attempt, and Elder will turn it over on downs, but they're going to go on to win this football game with just 4:29 to play.
You know, another nice thing, he catches the ball well, but he can go up and get it.
20-pound senior caught his 3rd touchdown pass of the season tonight earlier. Moeller with their last try here. They trail it 28-11 with 4.5 to go. Reiser, 2-step drop, fires right side. It's caught by Cooper. Cooper out over the 20 to the 25 and down at the 26 by Pat Brunner.
Ramsey's first win over Steve Clowney. I know Doug won't want to put it that way, but it'll be Ramsey's first win over Moeller after going 0-2. Ramsey had lost close games to Moeller in '97. It was
a bad memory for them. It's been since '96. Elder won twice that year over Moeller in the regular season and the playoffs, and it looks like finally Elder will get back in the winning column against the Crusaders. Brian Reiser completes a pass up to the 39-yard line. Being driven back is Jim Wood, and he's tackled at the 36. But
all through the summer, and Steve Clowney, the Moeller coach, didn't really know if he'd have Brian Reisert until summer practice started in August. He's done a great job in rehab and
Steve Clowney had some choice words for Brian Reisert, playing pickup football and getting hurt before his senior year at quarterback. But he gives the kid a lot of credit for coming back, as you said. 1st and 10 from the 36. Reisert running with the football now as he tried to pass. He's out over the 40 to about the 42-yard line. 41. Reisert under center again with his club trailing 28-11 and 3.5 to play. Back to throw, plenty of time. Elder in the prevent defense, and Reisert takes advantage, hitting Cooper at the 49 of Elder. Cooper dropped immediately, but he has a Moeller first down. Brian Rosenthal on the cut. Back under center goes Reisert on 2nd and 5 from the 41, rolling to his right, looking to throw. Now he has to run with it. He is hit from behind at the 40-yard line. Tackle made by Dave Kumpf in pursuit. A flag goes down. This is 3rd year as head coach. This will be win number 22 for Doug Ramsey in his 3rd season, but he had not beaten Moeller. The last time came in 9th.
Schedule because of their transition to the GMC next year, and they've done a great job.
It was a holding call against the Panthers. That was the flag. So on 1st and 10 from the 29, it's Marcus Blanks up the middle, bounces off a man, cuts out to his right. He's inside the 20, the 15, and knocked out of bounds at the 14. Reisert under center. Taps his center, Jeff Logan, on the right hip and takes a snap. Looks left side. It's caught by Wood. Wood inside the 10, down to the about the 6-yard line before he's knocked down. Mike Datillo on the coverage. Good to have him, and all those of you out there on the internet. Amazing what technology can do. We're glad you're with us. 2nd and 2, Moeller from the Elder 5. Reisert back to throw. Now he wants to run with it. He will be dragged down from behind. Pat Brunner got to him for a loss of 1. Let's go down to John Kirtley.
Yeah, and Marcus Blanks
battling that injured foot he's had, and now perhaps an ankle. Blanks up the middle on 2nd and 1. And did he get to the end zone? He did. Touchdown, Moeller. Marcus Blanks from about 5 yards out gets into the end zone. Murphy has hit 17 PATs this season. Tries to make it a 10-point game with 2.5 to go, and he does. So the Moeller Crusaders never say die, but they're in a world of hurt. They trail 28-18 with 2:26 left on 10:50 a.m. WTN.
Put them behind by 3 scores instead of 2.
Pat Ryan is going to kick an onside kick. He's got it teed up on the right hash of the 40. He'll move from left to right, and he aims it toward the left side, kicks it, and it is bounced around inside the Elder 49-yard line. Looks like the Panthers got it. Chris Braun continue to follow the Elder Panthers into the playoffs. Kyle Kester up the middle on 1st and 10 from the Elder 48, and he gets about a yard to the 49-yard line.
I'm sure Doug Ramsey would like to.
Will be our player of the game. Back to live action after the Moeller timeout. It's Kester right side through a big hole, skips through a tackle, and he's down to the 42-yard line of Moeller. They'll mark it actually at the 43, so it's going to be 43 to play. Carey keeps it himself, goes right side. Oh my, does he get a surge? And he's all the way to the 35.
That quarterback sneak is...
Well, it's good for like 5 or 6 yards of play. Backs in the I formation for Carey. Collin takes a snap, turns left side, hands to Kester. Kester up the middle for a couple. We also want to remind you that after we talked to P.J. Volker and perhaps Doug Rand, he's a great leading blocker as my fullback. So Bam Bam Baker, a well-earned rest. It's Kester up the middle. Kester for a couple on 2nd down. And he's inside the Moeller 30 to the 29. Clock moving with 53. The Elder Panthers are going to win it 28-18. And move to 7-0. They do take a delay of game here, though. So they'll move back 5 yards and for the #1 playoff spot as they head to the postseason. Doug Ramsey just got the Gatorade treatment on the near sideline as he beats Moeller for the first time. He gets a hug from Andrew Dwyer, and this football game is over as Colin Carey takes a knee. The Elder Panthers have beaten the Moeller Crusaders for the first time since 1996, the first time for Doug Ramsey, and Elder remains #1 in the city and 7-0 on the season as they win it 28-18. Back in a moment on the Prep Sports Radio Network. Okay, Lance, if you would, just take 1 minute here and then play the star of the game thing.
Gotcha.
Thank you, sir.
And they can help you plan and design conventional homes, lawn homes, room additions, basement remodeling, and bathroom and kitchen remodeling. CP and Sons Incorporated.